Hello, how is everyone doing today? So basically I'm starting a YouTube channel, Board Prep, and this is going to be my first video. So it's probably going to be pretty boring, but hopefully you can get through it. So let's start with my little Prezi here. Um, and basically we'll start with a personal introduction. My name's Nick. I'm a second-year medical student at a local osteopathic college. And before we get into the school part, I'd like to talk a little bit about myself personally, because if you forget about the stuff outside of school, you kind of become a shell of a human being, in my opinion. So my hobbies include skiing. I'm a very avid skier, love to ski, was a ski instructor in a former life, so that's a big part of my life. Really like working out. I'm on a new program 4 days a week in the gym. Really helps keep me sane. Love anything outdoors, mountain biking, hiking, walking. I have a dog. She's pretty awesome. So that's pretty much about me. Now let's get on to school. I'm a second-year medical student. I'm not totally sure what I want to do residency-wise. I'm thinking gen surg, ER med, or even sports medicine. So I decided I want to score well on the COMLEX. 600 points to be exact. That way I can have a lot of options. That's my main goal, but hopefully with that goal in mind, I create some good content for you to use. This channel is to keep me accountable and basically to create study materials, and hopefully some of it helps you out. She's pretty awesome. I love her to death. She keeps me sane. Walk her every day. Big part of my life. Um, Now I'm going to go into a little disclaimer. My primary goal, as I said, is to score 600. My goal isn't to prep everyone and get them the best scores. The goal is to get my best score. Hopefully you still can get your scores. I want you to achieve your goals, but I want you to know my primary intent. This is meant to be supplementary at any level. That's very important. Whether you're in high school or in medical school or any graduate school, you can't just watch videos, I don't care if they're my videos or anyone else's, and think you're going to do well. You need to study the course pack. You need to go to lecture. This is meant just to be helpful in case you didn't get the right perspective on something. I'm not an expert in any of these fields. Some of your professors are PhDs in physiology and biochemistry and microbiology. So just keep that in mind. I'm just a normal student. I'm not going to be doing much in micro because everyone loves sketchy micro. If you're in a microbiology class, get sketchy micro. Everyone loves it. And same with pathoma for pathology. If you can't beat them, join them. They're going to be a superior product, and I'm just going to be honest. I can't guarantee all of my information is correct. Things change, so if you're watching this video 10 years from now, who knows, there might be just one board instead of USMLE and COMLEX. There'll be big advances in therapy and in pharmacology and in other sciences. So things will change. I will make mistakes. So not everything's going to be right on the slide. I'll do my best to add updates and corrections, but there might be mistakes. I want you to have a healthy amount of skepticism, and if you see something that you don't agree with, study it. And I guarantee if you disagree with me and argue with me, you will get those questions right in your exams. Lastly, I'm in medical school. This is a side project. Basically, if I need to study more and this goes to the wayside, that's going to happen. Hopefully not. Hopefully I make a lot of content and this keeps me on track and keeps me accountable. But if I don't, that's just kind of the way it's going to go. Okay, I got 5 minutes left before someone comes over. I have to tour this rental house that I'm living in. Housekeeping. Here's my email, comlexprep2k16@gmail.com. I put the year in because who knows in 10 years if these videos are still being used, things might change a lot. Email me with questions, suggestions, and corrections. Please, please, please. I would love that. If you have a question for me and I have to answer you, it might take a while, but if I have to rework the information, I'll remember those things better. And please, if you find something that I said wrong, let me know so I could, disseminate that information. Email me to be added to my email list. You can be added and I'll, maybe give updates on videos I'm creating and kind of an agenda, and maybe I'll talk about corrections. And if there are corrections, they will be in the description down below on the YouTube video. Okay, down the pipeline, what I'd like to see coming up next is hematology. I just finished that with a little bit of oncology. That stuff's fresh in my mind. I did well in that class, so I'd like to create some materials for you guys. Psych and cardiology I'm currently in, so hopefully I'll be making videos as I'm taking the class to help me, do better. And I'd like to do some basic science lectures too. If you're a second-year medical student and starting to do board prep, you're probably rusty just like me. And for me, I struggled in a lot of those classes, so it's going to be very imperative for me to review that stuff. What kind of learner are you? If you don't know this by now, if you're in medical school, you probably know. If you don't, take this little questionnaire or whatever one that you like, and it's going to help you learn if you're auditory, visual, and here's the page right here, basically ask you how you learn. And so there's going to be times during my videos when I'm going to say, memorize this. You need to know this for boards, for the exams, whatever. Memorize this. And I might say it out loud 10 times in the video, or I might say, pause the video and write it down 10 times in colored markers. Do what works for you, and this will really make your study time more efficient. This is not the end. I have a last things. The board prep materials I'll be using right now, I'm using Board Vitals for my questions. I'm looking at first aid, but I'm not totally sure. The goal is to have minimal editing, so I'm not good at editing. I don't have a lot of time. As you can see, this video already has errors in it, but I'm going to throw it up there because I don't have time to edit this stuff. So that might be a good thing. It might be authentic and funny to you, or it might annoy you, but that's just the way it is. My channel on YouTube is just Board Prep. That's the channel name, and hopefully this will be up there soon, and this will be my first video. And the presentations will be available on Prezi. I'm not sure if that's going to be the best thing to do it on. Maybe I'll do a Google Doc in the future, but that's where they're going to be. So, oh, and one last thing, if you are going to take the USMLE, studies show that if you do well in the COMLEX, you'll do well in the USMLE, vice versa. So, it's not exact. I'm not saying if you're doing the USMLE, this will be the best study material for you, but don't fret. A lot of these videos are going to just be general board prep. So I hope you like my channel. I hope that we can build a relationship and study together, and hopefully this will be a success. But who knows? I'm not sure. So now I'm going to end this recording and